Hey everybody, thanks for listening to the El Toro's podcast, exclusively now on Anchor.fm. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Here, let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on things like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can also make money from your podcast, which is always a plus, with no minimum listenership. And it's everything you need to make a podcast right at your fingertips and in one place. I can't believe it took me this long to switch over to Anchor.fm, but I couldn't be happier now. So, get yourself started and download the free Anchor app now, or go to Anchor.fm to get started.
Welcome everyone to episode 37 of the Capital Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Sean O'Brien. You can catch me here every Wednesday afternoon. Just go to Capital Wrestling's YouTube and SoundCloud.com/ElTorresPodcast, and we're on iTunes at ElTorres Podcast. So go check that out. Follow us on Twitter at Capital Wrestling without the G. Follow me on Twitter at Sean Neutron. Search for us on Facebook and Instagram, Capital Wrestling. We're also at capitalwrestling@gmail.com for any business inquiries, whether sponsorships, talent looking to get on shows, or any other kind of inquiries. Go there. Email us directly. Brownpapertickets.com. Just search Capital Wrestling Presents World War IV for all your ticket needs for Capital Wrestling. Also, Groupon.com has a nice 2 for $20 deal. Just search the Capital Wrestling Presents World War IV. Every Monday night, we're live on Twitch at 7:05. Just go to twitch.tv/Capital Wrestling. We're also involved with GFQLive.tv. And the guys from Queen's Network, Madman Podcast, we're on Facebook Live with them, so every Monday night, check that out. Want some merchandise? We got hoodies, hats, beanies, onesies, baby onesies. Lots going on there. To go to whatamaneuver.net, go to pressingtees.com, and now Amazon.com, one of our newest partners, has the Rotunda Capital t-shirt in red, royal and heather blue, slate and heather gray. You play WWE 2K18? Submit your creator wrestler from the Capital Wrestling roster for a chance to win tickets on December 29th. Just tweet us at Capital Wrestling or email us, capitalwrestling@gmail.com. Now, that's going to be a huge card coming up with World War IV here from Hoboken, New Jersey. Lots going on there, and we've had a great slate of guests recently, and it continues tonight. Now, we're just going to run down that card really quick. We're going to have the Match 0, Matthias Glass versus Jason Sinclair with Chris Benet. The Memphis Mofo, Mark Bravura, and Bo Crockett representing NRA taking on Isaiah Wolf and Hank Flanders. The Packy Chip Death Match brought to us by Packy Chip will be Jeff Cannonball taking on Logan Black. No love lost there. The Match of Excellence will be debuting versus the also debuting Wildman Congo, Battle of the Hosses. The Capital Wrestling champion Ken Dixon will be defending that belt versus John Kerman. Definitely a big styles clash there, and we've seen both of them in Capital separately, but now that they get the clash, man, I can't wait to see what these guys are going to bring to the ring that night. The Bastards will be taking on Team Capital in a Survivor Series match for the sake and the future of Capital Wrestling in general, so I'm a lot on the line there, and curious to see how that one shakes out. And also, we're going to see a 5-way dance for the number 1 contendership to the Capital Wrestling Championship. The Bad Apple Matt McIntosh versus Colossal Mike Law, the Wrestling God Anthony Gangone, really good Ryan Zane, and our guest tonight is our final entrant in that match. You might know him from Ring of Honor as one half of Coast to Coast with Shaheem Ali, and also you might know him from the world-famous Monster Factory. He is the Human Rocket, Leon St. Giovanni. What's up, man?
Hey, Sean, how's it going?
Doing great, man. What do you got going on tonight?
Well, just got home from a great night of training at WrestlePro over here in Laroux, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of those things where I guess originally I thought you were at the Monster Factory training tonight, but then you told me you're at WrestlePro and that you like to train at different schools, get different kind of experiences. Just walk us behind that.
Yeah, so I actually trained at a lot of different places before I joined the Monster Factory, and I was at the factory for about 4 years, and I still go every week. But I actually just relocated to Rahway, New Jersey. It's a little more north, and there happens to be a school right here. It's led by some great guys, and they put on some great events. So I have been training there for a few months now, and so far so good. I've met some great guys, learned a lot so far, and I'm kind of making my presence felt on the WrestlePro roster. I just found out I will be on the next card in December, so pretty exciting.
Is that your debut? Your debut for them?
Yes.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So yeah, what is it like in terms of getting to see all those new styles and networking, and then finding out about new schools?
Yeah. Well, I feel like you need to just get out there and explore and meet new people, and that's really the only way you're going to get better. So, yeah, I've basically done almost everything you can do at the Monster Factory. I'm making my Shaheem and I guess are making waves in Ring of Honor, but then you go to a new place, you kind of have to start from the bottom.
Yeah.
And I like that kind of challenge. So for me to go to WrestlePro and kind of start from the bottom, I welcome that. I like that kind of challenge, and I think it just makes me better, honestly. Like I said, so far so good. You just kind of take what they're giving you and show them what you can do, and show them that you can follow directions, and you can I guess kind of fit the system that they have. And if you can, it just shows that you're valuable. So what I'm trying to do is just show my value, and I show them that I can help out and be an asset to WrestlePro.
What's the biggest thing you're looking to improve on currently?
I would have to say it is maybe my ability to reach wider audiences. Because right now I'm kind of, I guess I'm known on the East Coast, mostly in the Northeast. But I guess right now my biggest goal is to kind of spread my brand. So I'm looking to find different ways to do that, whether it's through my work in the ring or it's work on, social media and marketing myself. So these are the main things I'm focusing on, just to try to branch out and get my name out there more than it already is.
And you got those pretty sweet T-shirts out there as well.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Very smooth design. Did you design it yourself?
I did not, actually. You're talking. I'm assuming you're talking about the Rocket logo.
Yeah.
That was actually designed by a good friend, Richard Fonseca, up in New England. He's amazing, an amazing artist. He's done so much work. He's actually done work for the Tough Guys Inc. and I think a few other people on the Capital Wrestling roster. The guy is awesome, and each time I've worked with him, he's produced some great looking designs. And that Rocket one, it's everywhere. It's on my gear. It's on my shirts. It's on my stickers. It's on my pictures that I sell. So it's really like it's become part of me. That Rocket logo.
I mean, that's how you build a brand right there, just having one streamlined logo.
Exactly.
I always tell guys, I think sometimes you get some shirts that are a little bit too busy, too much going on.
Yeah, this one's it's sleek. It's very simple looking. It's easily identifiable, so you see it. That's the Rocket. I'm the Human Rocket. So, it doesn't get more simple than that.
Are you ever going to get a tattoo of that?
Oh, no. I don't think there are any tattoos in my future.
No, I
don't see me getting any tattoos. I don't know.
Yeah, that's good though, man. I mean, it's cheaper that way too. Those things can get expensive.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe one day. I'm not really sure. I don't know what to get.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that would have to mean a lot to you. Talk about your time in Ring of Honor right now. You're not you've been on a roll just in general there, but I guess lately you guys were in Orlando and you fought Christopher Daniels and Frank Kazarian.
Yes, we did. Actually, night one was Silas Young and Beer City Bruiser, and night two was The Addiction. So definitely a learning experience. We came up short both times, but I can't. Obviously, I'm disappointed in that. But you look at the type of talent that defeated us, and you can't really hang your head too much. These are world-class guys, and those are guys I looked up to my whole life. So.
Mm-hmm. Now, what was that experience for you like in general, just going down to Florida? Since you're typically up in the Northeast.
Oh, I love it. I was actually in Florida 2 weeks prior.
Oh, really?
And I love Florida. I love Miami. So, me going down to Florida is always a great experience. So just going down to Florida was very cool. I've been down there before with Ring of Honor. I was there last October. But fast forward a year, things are very different. I'm in a better position now. I'm in an established tag team with Shaheem. We kind of have found our identity, and it's very, very different than the last time I was there with Ring of Honor.
What was different about it last time?
When I was there last time, we were really just kind of figuring things out. I don't even know if we were called Coast to Coast yet.
You were just called Coast.
Yeah, just Coast.
But, I mean, that's awesome, though. I mean, that's just the growth of not only a perform, but a tag team. And it's one thing you have to watch out for yourself, but when you guys have to start, building chemistry together, I mean, I know for some guys that might be a struggle, but for you guys, it seems like it's come naturally.
Yeah, definitely, because people don't know this, but Shaheem and I have known each other a pretty long time. He's also a guy from the Monster Factory. So when I joined the Monster Factory about 4.5 years ago, going on 5, he was one of the guys, he was one of the mainstays of the Monster Factory. He was actually in another tag team. But I've known him so long, and we both made our way to the Ring of Honor dojo at the same time. We did the Ring of Honor tryout camps at the same time, and we bonded just because we were around each other all the time. Mm-hmm. And we came from the same school, and we just thought, why not stick together? I mean, we're practically brothers now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I see you guys on social media all the time, and you guys are just always traveling everywhere together, obviously, but also just doing plenty of fun things together, and that's how you build that bond.
Yeah, there's a natural chemistry there. We have a good time. Sometimes I'm like his parent, but it's all good. He likes to refer to himself as the Chocolate Man now. If you talk to him, just call him Mr. Chocolate Man.
Mr. Chocolate. I will definitely remember that.
But we have a good time.
But you guys said, unfortunately, right now you're on that losing streak, so a little bit of tension there possibly. I mean, we've gotten to see Flip Gordon in the Bullet Club, the Be the Elite videos. What do you think about that kind of web series they have going on, and would you ever be part of that?
Oh yeah, I mean, if you don't want to be a part of it, you're out of your mind. They get so many views, and they're so widespread now. That brand of Bullet Club is so widespread. You'd be dumb not to want to be part of that. So yeah, I mean, if the opportunity is there to be part of an episode, I would love to. They're pretty entertaining, really funny stuff, and it's just a glimpse. Like, there's a lot of funny stuff that goes on with pro wrestling. And, I mean, sometimes it's not always funny. Sometimes it's a major struggle, but they kind of encapsulate all of that stuff, like the highs and the lows, the fun stuff, and yeah, I'd love to be part of that.
Yeah, it's actually interesting because a lot of times you see like web series videos, they're maybe a minute or two long, trying to capture that short attention span, but those are actually sometimes up to 9 or 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, I mean, the thing is, they know that people are going to watch at this point, and yeah, I mean, if I were them, I'd put out a long video too. They've got a built-in fan base now, and they can afford to make longer videos and show more footage and more content. So it's good for them. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I think also in general for wrestlers, it just shows that what they're doing can be done by really anyone. I mean, you have to have a certain talent level, certain level of charisma, but at the same time, it's showing that there are other possibilities out there for you guys.
Yeah, and I mean, and you have to give them kudos for their creativity. They really go above and beyond. And if you look at their videos, not all of it's wrestling. A lot of it's the routine. It's things they do backstage. It's the prep. It's the travel. These are things that all of us are doing. So, I mean, really nowadays, you don't have an excuse for not being able to, put content out. It's something that Shaheem and I are working on, and hopefully we'll have some more media out there in the future when we start traveling more together. But I think it's really cool. I think a lot of guys should try to do stuff like that.
Yeah.
You got to give them kudos for it.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things you don't want to do it for the sake of it. You definitely want to have some sort of passion and inspiration behind it. That way it comes off naturally organic and just funny.
Yeah, for sure. Because if it's forced, people can tell,
Yeah.
People don't like to be tricked. They want to feel like they're taking a glimpse into like the life of a wrestler. So if it's genuine, they're going to really appreciate it, and they're going to enjoy it, and they're going to keep watching.
Switching gears here, your girlfriend, Gabriella Belpre, she recently traveled over to Japan to wrestle. I had a few month stint there. Talk to me about that in terms of just your level of support as a boyfriend and your pride in it.
Yeah. Well, I kind of pushed her to go to the tryout. It was at the Ring of Honor dojo, and it's in conjunction with Stardom. And I knew there was a chance that they could pick her, and who the hell knows? I mean, maybe I wouldn't see her for a whole summer. But we really support each other, and despite not being able to see her for 2 months, I've got her back, and I was really proud of what she did over there, sticking it out. She's never been away from home that long, so that was hard enough. And then on top of it, you have to perform at these like historic buildings against people who don't speak English. It's quite a challenge, especially with her experience level. She's pretty new still.
Yeah.
But yeah, she killed it over there, and I hope she goes back soon.
And what was it like in terms of how often you guys got to talk and whatnot?
Well, I think there's a 13-hour difference, so we try to talk to each other once a day through FaceTime. So I'd be going to sleep and she'd be waking up, or vice versa. But we always found time. We had a schedule, and we made it work. I got to meet her roommates through her FaceTime, and I always kept her updated on what I was doing with training and stuff. So it was weird. It's like two months away from each other, but we still felt very connected. It felt like we weren't really apart from each other.
Despite that, the time difference, were you able to maybe would she ask you for advice on what to do in certain matches and stuff like that?
Yeah, and what's cool, Stardom pumps out their content pretty quickly. So once an event happens, you can see the footage maybe a couple days later.
Yeah.
Or even clips. So they'd put up a match, I'd watch it, or I'd see the clips, we'd talk about it, and I'd give her some feedback. And that was kind of cool. I got to talk to her about certain things in her matches, and I try to help her out that way. Since I can't do it face to face or in the ring together, you gotta do it over FaceTime.
Yeah, that definitely. I mean, that's one of those. And like you said, the 13-hour time difference makes it for quite the difficult nature of it.
Yeah.
And I mean, also, you guys have trained at the Monster Factory, and recently you had the Turkey Slam 2017. Just tell me about that night, that experience, and I mean, you end up winning it yourself.
Yes, I did. So I've been at the Monster Factory for 4 years now,
mm-hmm.
and I've been a part of the Turkey Slam twice. And because last year I didn't get a chance to participate in it, I was in a 60-minute Ironman match with Mikey Webb, who's now the champion. So I didn't get a chance last year, but this year I knew I had to win it. So I had to play some games, hide a little bit. There's nothing. There are no rules to say I can't just hide somewhere until the time is right. So I did what I had to do. There's some very, very good competitors. The final four were me, returning Mike Spanos, Wildman Congo, who's a good friend of mine, and Josh Briggs, who is kind of exploding on the scene right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and it came down to me and Briggs, and I had to do what I had to do. I had to give him that coast to coast.
Now, in terms of how long were you out there total time, you think?
Ooh, at least half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I think at a 50 I was number 25. So I was out there a while.
Now, when you're doing training up until that event, is that something you add in some extra conditioning?
Yeah, we try to stay in the ring as long as possible. We'll do mock battle royals and actually try to throw each other out. And the best way to practice that match is to actually do them with with your colleagues and find different ways you can eliminate people and different ways you can defend yourself from getting falling out. Mm-hmm. So we would actually do battle royals and practice that way.
Well, and what was it like seeing Danny Cage eliminate Getty Cahoon?
Oh man, it was so nice. Getty deserves it, man. He deserves to get his ass kicked. So he got destroyed. Dan ran in. He had a purpose. He had one mission. He didn't care he didn't care about winning it. He just wanted to go in there to hurt Getty.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing him run in, clothesline his ass over the ropes was very satisfying.
And what do you think about his upcoming final or one last fight in December?
Yeah, December 16th. I think it's going to be amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a bloodbath. I think they're going to go all out. I don't expect a wrestling match. I expect like it's titled The Fight. It's going to be a fight, and I don't know what they're both capable of. I think they're both insane. Getty is definitely out of his mind, and Danny, as much as I love him, he's insane too. So I think they're going to hurt each other pretty badly. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there to see it. I'm very upset.
Where will you be? You'll be at the Ring of Honor at that time?
Yeah, actually, about half an hour away from Monster Factory, we will be in Philadelphia the night after Final Battle. That's TV taping.
Oh, okay, nice.
So Punishment Martinez will be over there. Myself and Shaheem will be over there. Possibly Gabby Ortiz. We shall see.
And I feel like Punishment's a kind of guy who's so professional and so good these days. He doesn't get enough recognition himself.
Oh yeah, I don't think he will. He does, but he definitely will. So I don't know if you've kept up, but he actually won the survival of the fittest.
Yeah, I just saw that was pretty recent, right?
Yeah. Excuse me?
That was pretty recent, right?
Yeah, that was this weekend.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw something about that recently, and that's just awesome. I mean, that guy, he's great.
He's awesome. He's such a great ambassador for the Monster Factory. He's an awesome dude, awesome trainer, and now he's showing that if you follow the process, you can be successful. And he's a good example. So I think all the students at the factory should follow suit and just listen to him and do what he does because it's working.
Now, a lot of guys on the independent scene, they look to find any way they can to get exposure. Whether some guys signing deals and whatnot, and like you've been exposed to the Ring of Honor and all these other great independent promotions, and the world famous Monster Factory has done you wonders. Your goals starting out, and how have they changed since then?
Well, when I was first starting, I really didn't know what my goals were. You really think small. You're thinking, okay, I want to have my first match. And that happens. And then you're like, wait a minute, all right, maybe I want to wrestle for another promotion. Maybe I want to wrestle in a different state. Maybe now I want to wrestle in a different country. So you start knocking off these little goals. And now I've gotten to the point where now I'm wrestling on TV frequently. Now, my next goal, wrestle on pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. That's my next goal. Because I think that next level, wrestling on pay-per-view, that just reaches a whole other audience now. And that just helps my exposure and gets my brand out there. And hopefully more people see it and open up some more eyes. I just want to be the best I can be, and I want the most people to see me as possible.
Now, you mentioned wrestling on pay-per-view. When they have pay-per-view and you're not on the card, do you still get a chance to go there and kind of check it out for yourself and learn a few things, or do you keep busy with other shows?
I'm always there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I make sure I'm always there because the way I see it is that even though I'm not on the card for a pay-per-view, I'm there learning. I'm learning, and I want to make sure that when it is my time, that I am prepared and I'm ready for that moment. So you'll see, even if it's I don't know what's going on with Final Battle yet. I don't know if Coast to Coast will be on the card, but for sure, Shaheem and I will be there studying, watching, listening, and preparing, because you never know when our time is.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
And
so we will be there. Final Battle, Hammerstein Ballroom, December 15th.
Mm-hmm. And just like a fantasy question here, but with all due respect to the fact that you guys are part of a great tag team, who's your dream match to be in a singles match with, whether in Ring of Honor or elsewhere?
Let me think about that. Ring of Honor. I think in Ring of Honor right now, in a singles match, there are two guys probably, Jay Lethal and Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just personify professionalism. And Jay Lethal's a guy he's a Jersey guy as well. He's from a town that's 15 minutes away from where I live, and he's a guy I've followed for years since back in the day when he was in Ring of Honor and in TNA, and he's a guy I always admired. So getting a chance to step in the ring with him one-on-one would be amazing. And everyone knows Cody's world class, and he's on a different level too. So getting a chance to share a ring with him would be fantastic.
And we always see you, on social media, working on new moves and adding things to your moveset. Have you been working on anything lately?
Yeah, I've been working on some more springboard moves. So right now, there are a couple things I do. If you've ever seen me, it's I'll do a springboard forearm, and I can do some cool tightrope maneuvers. So kind of walking on the ropes and hitting the skies and flipping to the outside.
Yeah.
But, I definitely want to start utilizing the ropes more. There's some guys that I've watched that are inspiration to that. So the guys like, I know he's nuts, but I always liked Sabu and how he used the rope to his advantage. And there's a guy now at Grand Metalik, and that guy is the king of using the ropes. So he, walking on the ropes and springboards, and just his balance is incredible. So that is a guy I look to for new material, new things I can do.
He's definitely one of those guys. When you watch him, he's so fluid and smooth. And when he's standing on those ropes, it almost looks like he's standing on a level surface. That's how smooth he is.
Yeah, it's all balance.
And some of the things we saw in that Cruiserweight Classic, I mean, it was just unbelievable. I could definitely envision you in one of those in the future.
I would love it. Hey.
And before we switch gears to Cat, you said you're ready?
I'm ready to go. Let's go.
There you go. I could definitely envision that. That'd be awesome to watch. Before we switch gears to Capitol and their upcoming event on December 29th, just a a little side note here. You recently saw Justice League, right?
Yes, I did.
You're a big comic book guy. What do you think about it?
I saw it twice, actually.
Okay, well,
that's how much I liked it.
So obviously you thought it was terrible, so you saw it twice, just to make sure.
No. So I have an unpopular opinion, and I'm not totally sure why, because I keep up with all these superhero movies. I'm a big comic book fan.
Yeah.
Every time they're out, I'm there like the night before the premieres. I'm there like first screening at the movie theater. I keep up with this stuff. I've been reading comics since I was a little boy. So I can see glaring flaws. I can see the ones everyone sees, but I also see them in the Marvel movies, and I think Marvel has gotten this. They're getting a free pass for a lot of things that they do, and it's almost a little unfair, because I think Justice League was a really enjoyable movie. I think if you like Thor Ragnarok, you definitely like Justice League, because Thor Ragnarok was I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It was funny, but flawed.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely flawed. So I feel like if you like that, you can't complain about Justice League. Justice League was a good time, and I thought the chemistry between the characters was badass. It was really cool, and just seeing them all together, walking out of the ship, it was just ridiculous. It was just, I went nuts. And then the after credits scene, damn it, no spoilers, but damn it, that was awesome.
Yeah, we're not here to spoil anything, but I saw it myself, and I think what Avengers did really well is the fact that they had everyone have their movies beforehand, so they mapped it out, planned it out. So when you did see them all together, it's like, wow, watching all those stars together. This in Justice League, it kind of felt like they had to rush to tell a lot of their stories in the beginning.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I thought the first half they rushed a little bit, but my perspective on this is that I'm okay with them taking a different route. If they go one by one and introduce each guy, they're just doing exactly what Marvel did. I don't mind it being a little different.
True.
And what I've told people is this: you have Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, all iconic characters. These are characters that everyone knows. You don't necessarily need to have another Batman origin film before the Justice League. I think people are so familiar with these characters, you can just start an adventure with them. And then you've got another few supporting characters that you're basically teasing people with what they can do. And I think now people are really intrigued to see Aquaman. I think people are really intrigued to see the new Flashpoint movie and Cyborg. It's almost like a feeler. I don't think it's a problem to do it differently than Marvel has.
No, that's actually a really great point. I never really thought about that way. I mean, they're so iconic, like you said. Aquaman, he really surprised me. He was actually probably my favorite character of the movie, and then Batman was second. But they had a nice twist on him.
Can you give me like the three things you don't like about it? I'm curious.
Let's see. The first thing I mentioned was, to be more impressive, it would have been nicer to have the solo movies ahead of time. But I do see the difference. Let's see. I didn't like how pretty much it copied the Avengers, where it's like, let's have aliens be like the villains, pretty much. It just that feels a little cliche.
Yeah. Okay. I see that.
And the final battle scene kind of reminded me a lot of Batman vs Superman, where like they fought in the barren wasteland.
That is true. Yeah, they did that too. You could also say it's the same as Age of Ultron, where they fought in a barren wasteland.
Oh yeah, and that's what I can't stand. It just, both franchises, it just seems very lazy. And the final thing, and this might be an unpopular opinion because I've heard a lot of people really enjoyed him and liked him, Flash really annoyed me.
I can see that. When I heard about the casting, I was very upset because I love Grant Gustin and I love the Flash series on CW. But now that I look at it, I don't know if Grant Gustin could have filled that role, that comedic role, that Ezra Miller was able to pull off that awkwardness. Because I think Grant Gustin he's a different type of awkwardness. He's more of like innocent, wholesome. I could see him playing Peter Parker.
True.
But I think they were going for a slightly different, more immature character. And I don't know, because I was really skeptical. When I first heard that, I was actually pissed off. But I actually really enjoyed him, and I liked how awkward he was. I was okay with it. I came out of the theater actually enjoying him.
I mean, I think I would have liked him better had they given him less dialogue. I felt like he had a lot of dialogue, and if they just kind of didn't have to insert him into every single aspect, it would have been a little bit better. But, maybe it's just an unpopular opinion for me. But because, I mean, a lot of people enjoyed him like yourself, so.
Yeah. It's funny, when I saw the chemistry he had with Bruce Wayne, I was like, you know what, he might have been a good
Robin.
He might have been a good Robin, like a Tim Drake or something. Missed opportunity. I don't know, I feel like he could have been maybe a Robin.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like he could have been a better Robin than a Flash.
I was thinking that too. Yeah. So which one are you looking forward to now? I'm looking forward to Black Panther.
That is good. That's going to be pretty. That's going to be pretty awesome itself.
It's amazing.
I mean, I think that for me, it just goes to be said that I'm looking forward to the Batman one whenever that comes out. Hopefully, we've heard rumors that Affleck is talking about potentially exiting, but we're not totally sure.
I hope not. I know people get mad at me when I say this, but I really love Ben Affleck as Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's the closest one to my favorite Batman, which is from the animated series. I feel like just the look and his presence and the way he speaks, I feel like he is the closest to that out of all the Batman so far. And I love the way he looks in the suit. I think he looks badass. So I would love to see him play Batman a few more times, and hopefully he goes against the guy that we saw in the end credits. I would love to see that one-on-one.
I agree, actually. I really enjoyed him in that bat suit. That bat suit is a nice little a vintage but modern take at the same time, and he's just great. And I think a lot of people crapped on that decision when it first came out, but then he's definitely, I mean, he's one hell of an actor.
I really hope he doesn't let the critical response get to him. I really hope he just sticks it through, because I can't see how you sign on for a role like Batman and then want to leave after 2 movies. That's nuts to me. So
actually,
you gotta know you're in for the long haul.
Actually 3, since he was in, he the Suicide Squad, but he hasn't had his full movie yet. So that's definitely one of those things where we haven't really even gotten a feel for Gotham yet. We're not sure what it's going to feel like.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but I thought it was very cool looking in that first scene where he caught the parademon.
Oh yeah.
I was digging that. It was a little like Tim Burton-y, not super realistic looking.
Yeah, I think it was a nice mixture of comic and reality.
Yes, that was very cool.
Oh, the one thing I really enjoy about him, they've nailed that Batman voice. You can understand it, but it's distinct.
Yeah, he had the little device that would change his voice. Kind of cool.
Exactly, but I mean that's going to be.
I thought it was funny he would use it when he was with the Justice League. They already know who he is.
That's a good point.
I guess it's to keep you in the mood, and he's gonna sound like a badass, so they got to keep it going.
Yeah, but he was definitely a bright point, and like he said, hopefully he doesn't. I mean, he already stepped down from writing it and directing it, so that's unfortunate. But the last thing we can hold on to is that he stays in it himself.
Yeah, Matt Reeves is a really good director, so we'll see what happens. I really hope he sticks with it, and we see a smaller scale Batman movie.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
I don't want to see Batman versus the world. We're in a war movie. I want to see small scale detective movie, something gritty and real.
I think the detective part, they touched on it with Christopher Nolan's Batman's, mostly in The Dark Knight, but I think that he, like you said, that would be a great take on it, to have something like that. We don't need too much computer. We don't need the Batmobile shooting up everything in sight. Nope,
I don't think so. I don't think we need that. I want to see Batman in the sewers, doing detective work and hunting somebody down. I want to see that. That's it.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of mixture of Splinter Cell and Batman, pretty much. Now, the last time you were in Capital Wrestling, your debut, you were in a triple threat main event versus three-way dance versus the Pain Train Preston Quinn and the champion of the 1% Logan Easton Laroux. You did not come out victorious, so talk to me about that match and just how it affected you.
Well, obviously I was very disappointed in the outcome of that match, but I was really, really proud to be part of the first main event at Capital Wrestling. It was an awesome event, and just to be headlining it was an honor. And I told myself next time I come here, things are going to be different. And it's been a while. I've missed a bunch of events. I think how many have you guys had since then? Maybe 5?
Let's see. We've done June, July, October, and now December.
Yeah. So
this will be the 5th.
Things didn't line up, but I told them I was ready to come back, and I'm ready to make a name at Capital Wrestling, and I want to win. Mm-hmm. So I've been placed in this match, and there's some high stakes, but I'm ready, man. Like I've been wrestling world-class athletes. I've been wrestling all over the country, and it's time that I show Capital Wrestling what I'm made of. I think people in New Jersey need to see what I'm all about, especially North Jersey, because I never get to wrestle up here.
The last time it was at Cathedral Hall, and this time it's the last few have been in Hoboken. So do you believe it's an advantage that you have over them that aren't the people who aren't as familiar with you?
I think so. Yeah, I think the fact that I've been away from Capital Wrestling for a little bit keeps me an advantage. There's one guy in the match, though, that I actually train with at WrestlePro, and that is Matt McIntosh. And so he knows what I can do. So I'll say that him and I, when we get in the ring together on the 29th, it should be very interesting.
Definitely a talented guy. He's 0-2 in Capital, but he's always a threat to win any match.
Oh, he always is. He's an extremely talented guy, so you never count him out.
No, I mean, he's put out a good match against Mike Law. He came up short end, but then he had his last one against Anthony Gangone. I mean, honestly, losing to those two guys is nothing to be ashamed of.
No, not at all.
And, I mean, there's one heck of a field we have here, like the aforementioned Anthony Gangone. He's actually undefeated. He's had victories over Bo Crockett, MJF, and Matt McIntosh. So what do you think about Anthony?
Anthony's got a ton of buzz right now. I've actually wrestled him recently, so I know what he can do. I know he's dangerous, and I felt it. I felt that knee to the head, that go to sleep type maneuver. So I know what he can do. And I'm just going to make sure I'm prepared for it because I don't want to be another stepping stone for him. And that's pretty much that's all I got to say about him. I will not be taken lightly.
What show was that at?
This was at SWF in Avenel, New Jersey. It was for Magic. Okay. Andrew Magic Morgan. So it was a tribute show to him, and I was Gangone, and one of the guys who broke me into the business, Corvus.
Mm-hmm. Another member of this five-way dance will be really good Ryan Zane. He's part of the Danger Sanctuary with Timmy Danger, Neil Sharkey, and Vinny Pacifico, and also one half of the North-South Connection. What are your thoughts on Ryan?
I have to admit, I don't know much about Ryan. I've been doing a little bit of research here and there. He's definitely the X factor in this match in my eyes. So he's the guy I have to do some studying on. The other guys in the match I'm familiar with, but he's definitely one that I have not seen live. I don't think I've ever met him before. So, the unknown is always dangerous. So that's all I got to say.
If you want to do some studying on him, just check out CZW Dojo Wars. That's every Wednesday, I think it's $5 down there at the dojo. So, I mean, he's got plenty of matches he's had there.
Yes, I do know that he's been there. So I'll ask my friends over there at the dojo.
There you go. They got the hookup. And the last competitor you'll be facing is the current Capital Wrestling Television Champion, Colossal Mike Law. He's got wins over Bo Crockett and Matt McIntosh in his last two. What are your thoughts on Mike?
Mike is ridiculously talented. And he keeps telling me that he's my cousin. I don't know. He says that we look alike. I don't know. But I saw him on Friday, and he had a really, really good match. And I feel like every time I see him, he gets even better and better and better and better. And he's definitely a threat. I look at him as a friend, a colleague, but on the 29th, all bets are off. I can't treat him like a friend anymore. I gotta go and do my thing.
Mm-hmm. Looking to steal the show.
Of course, always.
And I mean, there's going to be one heck of a card there. Like we said, the aforementioned number one contenders 5-way dance. Your boy Wildman Congo will be making his debut versus the Master of Excellence, which is Preston Quinn. He's decided to go under the mask.
Yes, I'm familiar with both guys. Wildman Congo is a great friend of mine. I'm very, very close with him, and I know that he is extremely dangerous. And wherever he goes, he leaves the place in shambles. He destroys everybody.
Oh.
He's an incredible athlete. He's extremely powerful, and he should not be taken lightly. And Preston Quinn I think he's in trouble.
Mm-hmm. And we're also going to have the Packy Chip death match between Jeff Cannonball and Logan Black. It's sponsored by Packy Chip. And have you heard of that? Have you tried that chip yet?
I have not. I know Jeff likes to eat hot stuff, and I don't eat hot stuff as often as he does, so I wouldn't be able to handle that. So good luck to both of them.
So you think you tap out to the Packy Chip?
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we're also going to have actually the last show. Ken Dixon was named champion by Matthew Ryan Shapiro. He'll be defending that title versus John Kerman at the next show.
Let me tell you this, Ken Dixon, if you're listening, you are a punk bitch. All right. Ken Dixon, he's on my list of guys I really want to beat the hell out of. So, Ken Dixon, if you hear this, I'm waiting for you, buddy.
The line has been drawn in the sand. LSG's not hiding its feelings about Ken Dixon. How do you think that matchup goes down with him and John Kerman?
I think they're going to destroy each other. Kerman's dangerous, and Dixon's a wild man too. So I think they're going to just beat the hell out of each other. And I mean, if whoever's left standing afterwards, if they want to fight me, I'll be ready.
Mm-hmm. Now, before we get out of here, do you have any plugs? Any merchandise you'd like to shill? Any social media or any matches coming up?
Yeah, definitely. So you can find my merch, my T-shirts. I've got a few different designs on whatamaneuver.net, and you can also find them on prowrestlingtees.com. Just look up LSG and you'll see my stuff. You can find me on social media on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all at Leon STGIOVANNI, Leon St. Giovanni. Just Google me, LSG, you'll find all my stuff. I'm easily accessible, easy to talk to. Don't be scared. Reach out. If you need T-shirts, hit me up. I got you.
Well, Leon St. Giovanni, we want to thank you for coming on the Capital Wrestling Podcast, taking time out of your busy schedule.
Yeah, no problem, Sean. It's lots of fun.
Definitely, man. It's always, this is our second time around, and it's just fun getting to build that bond and just hearing about what's going on with your career and also what's in the future. So lots going on there, and we wish you the best of luck in that 5-way dance.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry for hijacking your interview with Justice League Talk.
Oh, I started it. I hijacked my own interview. But that's what makes these things beautiful, man, is when you do something that's not wrestling related. That way people get to know, the real LSG.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hey, it's funny because I'm so passionate about this movie now, and I was never a Justice League fan. Like, I didn't care for them at all.
Really?
But now I'm always an underdog, so I'm rooting for the DCEU. Let's go.
Hey, honestly, I think people these days root for things to go south for no reason. I think
I love that, and it's sad. Wrestling fans are like that.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Comic book fans are like that. Movie fans are like that. Everyone's very negative. Yeah,
they're very narrow-minded. But if you want to be successful in anything, really, you got to be open-minded to lots of different things, and you can't just shut doors for no reason.
Exactly.
And that's going to do it, everyone, for episode 37 of the Capital Wrestling Podcast. I'd like to thank my guest, the Human Rocket, LSG, Leon St. Giovanni, for stopping by and talking all sorts of things. It was a great, fun time, as always. And, just listen to us every Wednesday afternoon. Just go to soundcloud.com/LTorsPodcast. Go to the Capital Wrestling YouTube page. Follow us on Twitter at Capital Wrestling without the G. Follow me on Twitter at Sean Neutron. Search for us on Facebook and Instagram. Any business inquiries, go to capitalwrestling@gmail.com. BrownPaperTickets.com has your ticket needs all for you. Go to Capital Wrestling Presents World War IV to search that. And every Monday night, catch us on Twitch at 7:05. Just go to twitch.tv/Capital Wrestling. Whatamaneuver.net, ProWrestlingTees.com, and Amazon.com has all of our merchandise. Go check it out. And once again, that 2K18 contest, submit your creator wrestler and Capital Wrestling might choose yours and give you free tickets to our next show on December 29th. You're not going to miss that. That's going to be Friday, December 29th. The doors open at 7, bell times at 8, general admission is $20. The first 3 rows are $25. Now, once again, you go to Groupon.com, you get a nice 2 for $20 deal on those tickets, and you're going to save a whole hell of a lot of money. You can spend it on the great food they have there, wrestlers merchandise, Capital Wrestling merchandise, so plenty to be excited about come December 29th. And I want to thank you all for listening. We'll catch you here next Wednesday afternoon on YouTube and SoundCloud, as well as iTunes.